Christmas Day NFL, Draftkings Pick 6. Let's get after it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig Bennett from Daily Edge Sports, and we have partnered with Draftkings Pick 6 to bring you 3 picks for Christmas Day NFL action. If you don't have that Draftkings Pick 6 account, make sure you download it. Use that promo code CashKeg. New Pick 6 customers play $5, get $50, and Pick 6 credits guaranteed. Let's talk some ball. All right, DraftKings Pick 6 is up on the board. Generally, Christmas time is reserved for NBA action. However, the NFL decided they wanted to put 2 games here on Christmas Day. We got KC at Pittsburgh. We got Baltimore at the Texans. So a lot of sports on Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas holiday. But we're going to talk about 3 picks that we do like here for these 2 games. I believe these 2 games are on Netflix as well. The first game's on Netflix, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, 3 picks that we're going to dive into here. One of them did get pulled off before I was able to talk about it, so I had to pull up a second pick, but I still like it, and I'll give you my reasoning behind it. First one we're going to go to, we're going to go over 2 receptions, and I'm going to look at Nico Collins here. Baltimore, number 1 in rush defense out there. We have no Tank Dell. I really hope he gets better. I think he dislocated his kneecap and has a ton of issues there, so he's going to be out for the season. We got no Stephon Diggs. It's basically Nico Collins and Schultz he's going to throw the ball to and Mixon out of the backfield. I don't think that they're going to be able to run the ball against Baltimore, so Nico Collins should get an absolute ton of looks here in this matchup. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw 10 plus targets here. This projection is 6.5 receptions. It did start at 5.5 receptions, so it's went up at 6.5 receptions here. He had 7 last game against KC. Again, not going to be able to run the ball a ton. I can see 8, 9, 10 receptions out of Nico Collins here, and if they have any shot at home to win this against Baltimore, Collins is going to have to be really involved here. So we're going to go more than 6.5 receptions for Nico Collins. We're going to go over to rushing yards for Joe Mixon here, and we're going to go less than 63.5 rushing yards for Joe Mixon. Just a brutal matchup. Like I said, number 1 rush defense in the NFL is Baltimore here. They only allow 65.5 rushing yards a game per the running back position. And he struggled in some the last 2 weeks here. The carries have been down quite a bit. If Baltimore gets up early in this game, we should see a lot of Joe Mixon, maybe receptions, or you want to look at receiving yards for him, but rushing only 12 and 14 carries over the last 2 weeks. It's far cry from early in the season where he was getting 25 plus catches, but I just don't see it here. Horrible matchup for him. We're going to go less than 63.5 rush yards for Joe Mixon. If you wanted to look at another projection for Joe Mixon that I do like, if you want to decide to go over 20, more than 20.5 receiving yards for him, that's a projection where I think it's a little light. This should be closer to 24.5 receiving yards for him. So if you don't like less than 63.5 rush yards, I do like more than 20.5 receiving yards for him. He's another one to consider for this Christmas Day slate. And then the third and final one's kind of a funky one, but I kind of like it, to be honest with you. One, it's funky in a sense where you wouldn't expect it. Rushing yards going down to Xavier Worthy, absolute speedster here. But if you pull up and look at what he's done, he has cleared this number in 5 of the last 6 games, and rush attempts over the last 2 games have been 3 each. So they like getting him the ball in space. Andy Reid's going to try to get the ball in space to Xavier Worthy. Even with Hollywood Brown coming back, I still think they're not going to get away from this, and they're going to try to get Xavier Worthy the ball. So if we can see 2 or 3 rush attempts here at the 4.5 rush yards, is pretty light. He only really needs 1 to get there. Super fast, especially if they can get him out on the edge in space. He should be able to get there for us. So we're going to go more than 4.5 rushing yards for Xavier Worthy. So these are 3 picks to consider for the Christmas Day NFL slate. Again, I hope you have a great holidays. And if you do consider using these picks, That's what I gave you. So if you want to do DraftKings Pick 6 and look at our custom projections, we have our Daily Edge Sports. You can head over to dailyedgesports.com, hit that subscribe button, and for Elite subscription service, you get access to all of our custom projections that we do have for not just NFL, but we have them for college football and NBA, and we continue to add to it. So with that, appreciate you guys. Thanks for DraftKings for sponsoring this video. Like always, I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.